Good evening, England fans and Aston Villa fans. Welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. Please subscribe and you can follow me on Spotify, Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts. This evening, I will be doing the match reaction for last night's Euro 2024 final. It finished Spain 2, England 1. It wasn't meant to be. In the end, and the best team definitely won. And Spain have been the best team in the tournament. But commiserations to our nation, England. We should be proud of our boys. They did us proud last night. 60 years of hurt. It's going to be now in 2 years' time. As an England fan, I feel absolutely heartbroken. It was hard to take. But before we get into the analysis from the game, I'll tell you all something as well. I want to mention my family in Spain. For those of you that don't know, I am half Spanish. My nan is Spanish. So I wanted to congratulate her last night. So congratulations to them. Viva España. Obviously, I want England to win, as I was born in this country. But Spain in the tournament were my second team. So, at this point, England losing, it didn't feel awful, even though I was disappointed. It could be worse. There will definitely be a lot of banter in the family. And I think Nan and Grandad will be giving me a lot of stick. So my family in Spain will be celebrating that. But okay, let's get into my thoughts on the actual game. In the first half, at the start of the game, England struggled to get a grip on the game. Spain completely dominated possession, and we didn't really create enough chances. In Spain's half, Spain were difficult for us. Also, we didn't really get anywhere, especially passing it out from the back. There's quite a few occasions we keep going back to Jordan Pickford. I personally thought that we should have passed it on the ground instead of kicking it long. We had nowhere to go, really. Also, we couldn't really keep possession and gave away a few passes, which opened up more spaces for Spain. Despite Spanish dominance with the ball, which you expect with Spain, I think they had about 67% possession in the first half. And Spain couldn't really take their chances in the first half. England did really well, limiting them to opportunities. In the first half, I describe it a bit like a game of chess. Both teams were figuring each other out. I thought Luke Shaw, he was amazing. He was absolutely magnificent. Luke Shaw was everywhere. You know, a lot of freedom on the left-hand side and kept getting forward into advanced positions. Also, there was a few occasions Luke Shaw put in a few good challenges. And when it also, he showed a lot of leadership qualities. I think Luke Shaw has been a very important player for England, especially in the last few tournaments. Also, another player that impressed me last night was John Stones. He was fantastic at the back. There's a few occasions John Stones stopped Spain getting through on goal, and he put in some very decent tackles. And I really enjoy watching Luke Shaw and Stones. But John Stones, I really enjoy watching him as well. He's very strong, which I like. We went into the second half, level at the break, which I was fairly pleased about, to be honest. We improved in the second half. We started to work a lot harder without the ball. Also, we pressed better, forcing Spain going long on a few occasions. And we worked a lot harder to win the ball back. But I think once again, Harry Kane was non-existent. I think Harry Kane has been disappointed in his tournament. Once again, he hardly touched the ball, and it's been really frustrating watching Harry Kane. He hasn't really had the service as well, so I think he's struggled all tournament. I think he has got one last tournament in him, and because he's struggled all tournament. So I'm glad Ollie Watkins came on, and Ollie Watkins tried to stretch defenders, but it was a shame that Watkins couldn't start. Because if I was the England manager, I would have started Ollie Watkins, especially after his impact against the Netherlands. So it was great to see Watkins back on the pitch again. Then Kobe Mainu, I thought he was very good. He was direct. He made a few interceptions when he needed to. His dribbling control was very good as well. Phil Foden drawn past a few players. Phil Foden was very positive, drawing us forward, and he was dangerous inside and outside the box. You couldn't really find an opening. Foden didn't really have much chances either. It was more quiet. I thought Saka did okay, but it take on enough players. He didn't do it enough, I thought. Substitutions made an impact, and Palmer was amazing again. I really like Cole Palmer. He gave us more creativity and more threat going forward. He's such a very confident young man as well. So even though we was trailing or starting to sense we could get an equaliser, Cole, Cole Palmer took his goal excellently. He put his foot right through it, really put his laces through it. You always knew with Palmer he was going to end up in the back of the net. And in my local pub, they went absolutely mad. And he deserved that goal. I mean, I'm thinking this guy, we didn't really shoot enough. And if you don't shoot, you don't score. Simple as that in football. Which was disappointing. The longer the match went on, especially in the last 15, 20 minutes, we looked very tired. And the game started to look stretched. Every time Spain went forward, it looked like something was going to happen. And England, I thought, looked very vulnerable. Spain were very dangerous attacking players, which shows what Spain have been like all tournament. Given them with Spain, they got a lot of quality and they were the highest scorers in the whole tournament. So Spain have been phenomenal all the way through. But I was very impressed with Nico Williams. And I would love to see Nico Williams at Aston Villa. But Yamal as well, he was a constant threat. I really like Yamal. Just taking on the fullbacks. We struggled to deal with their threats, especially with the pace. They're very talented players. They're just a great team. I thought Danny Olmo was giving Spain a huge spark. And he's just being very creative. Also, I thought England gave Spain far too much room outside the box. And Spain made a few good passes. And I linked up with their teammates very well. Another thing to mention, we made it far too easy for Spain. I mean, you look at in the positions some of the players were in. There were too many gaps in the midfield. You can really see the midfield. And I think the England players were sitting too deep, which gave Spain so much space to seek out passes. Because Spain have got very technical, gifted players. Towards the end of the game, I knew then it was only a matter of time before we conceded. Jordan Pickford, he made some great saves. I mean, Jordan Pickford, he's been a hero all tournaments. At the end of the game, had a great save as well. But on the 85th minute, Spain broke our hearts. It was such a shame. We couldn't get into extra time, but we couldn't cope with relentless pressure. Eventually, we couldn't cope with it, which was a shame. My heart was completely broken. And Oyarzabal punished us with very good Spain counter-attack. Spain are very good at doing that. Their quick counter-attacks, I thought, were a very big problem for England. So Southgate has been in charge of England for 8 years. And we need to give Gareth Southgate some credit for what he's done for England. In the time Gareth Southgate, in charge for 8 years now, he's changed the England team. And I think Gareth Southgate, he set the standards on where we should be competing. Also, he gave England a new identity, which previous managers just couldn't do it. But if that was Southgate's last game, I think it probably will be. I think Gareth Southgate is discussing with the FA about his future. But he did say previously, which we haven't won the Euros, so it looks like Gareth Southgate won't be there. But to all the watchers and listeners, who do you think will be the next England manager? You got Eddie Howe. He's been linked with the job. So I want you to comment in the comment section and tell me which manager you would like to see for England. Because it's going to be a big decision. There's not really many managers I can think of. Because for England might as well. They might go down the foreign approach. Either that or somebody younger thing. But for Eddie Howe, he would be a good replacement. So I think he'll be his last guy. I think Gareth Southgate can go out, his head held high, and despite a lot of criticism, we should appreciate the amazing things he has achieved. Southgate has the best win percentage of England managers. His record is excellent in knockout competitions. And I think getting to 2 finals, which is great, well, that's the furthest Southgate can take us. But hopefully, our next manager will take us to the next level and win us a trophy. We need to see a trophy. It's been a real long time. In the end, the better team won, I thought. And with Spain, they have extra quality. I think with Spain, They have the know-how. They know how to win. They know how to do it at top level in international tournaments. But over time, I think England hopefully will win something in the future. But we're going to have to be patient. I think it will happen. But with Spain as well, they've got that mentality. They've got the winning mentality. That is what England need. Well, I'm coming up towards the end of a podcast. Before I finish, I want to give somebody a big shout out at my local pub at the Fox. So I give massive shout out to Omar. Thank you to all you and your staff for always being so friendly. And you've been very accommodating with me as well. So you mind the Euros experience, a real good experience, and also I made some great memories. So thank you, Omar. Thank you for including me. You're very hospitable as well. So thank you for that. Well, I think that's it for this episode. I'm still feeling gutted about the England game last night, but let's not get too down about it. Aston Villa fans, we still have the Champions League to look forward to. So let's look forward to that. So let's look at the bright side of life. We've got other things to look forward to. Let's not be too down about it. But I'm very proud of what the boys did last night. Well done, England boys. I never expected them to get to the final. They did, but unfortunately, they just couldn't bring it home. Hopefully someday. Thank you everyone for watching. Please subscribe. And up the England. And up the Villa.